Okay, so it's time for another update on the house. Hello everyone, this is Dwayne with Edge of Nowhere Farm, and we're coming to you here today. It's July 20th, 2019. So it's been a couple weeks since we've done an update. We want to do a quick update on the house. So let's start with the outside of the building. So the first thing you can see right behind me here, if you look up, would be our roofing. So our roofing is finally 99% of the way done. It looks like they're missing a few tiles, so I'm assuming because of the gigantic pile of broken tiles on the ground, they're waiting to order more to finish a couple things that are up on the roof. So we did notice that, but overall I think it looks pretty good. We were kind of guessing. We picked this roofing out, goodness, almost a year ago, before we had the colors picked out for the house, and I think it actually turned out pretty good, but the roofing itself looks great. Next thing here on the outside of the house would of course be the garage door. So we do have the garage door, and the garage door opener is installed. So kind of neat. We did not know that there were windows in our garage door. You would think details we would know at this point, but we do kind of like the windows. Gives a good amount of natural light on the inside of the garage without having to run electricity. So next thing would be our AC unit. The air handler itself obviously is inside, but our AC unit here is outside. So we did get that delivered. It looks like it's kind of installed, but not completely. So still have some electrical things that need to get completed in the house. One other thing on the outside that we want to talk about. Okay, so one of the things that we've been waiting for was actually having water run to the house. Now APS has come out, the electrical's at the panel. However, they won't install a meter until we have our final inspection. So the challenge is we need water going to the house, and we need basically power to this system in order to get water up from the ground into the tank and over to the house. So in order for us to pass the inspection for the water lines, they need to be pressurized. So we're kind of a catch-22 with the county and our builder. So essentially what we had to do is we had to actually buy water in. So we had 2,000 gallons put into the tank yesterday and are getting back to the contractor. He can have somebody come out and essentially hot wire our pressure pump here, get water into these tanks so we can pressurize the house. So that was yesterday. Now all we need is for pressure to get to the house. We'll have running water so we can get the rest of these things done outside and get this ditch filled in. So now to the inside of the house. So you can see behind me here, we have our countertops in, and we also have our backsplash in here in the kitchen. So it's kind of interesting. The last video we talked a little bit about the color on this wall. I still get very confused because now it looks gray. It looked blue last time, it looks gray this time. However, we have the backsplash in, so that's a tumbled travertine. I think we did a pretty good job of matching up the travertine to the countertops. Still waiting on the flooring, of course, to see kind of how all that'll go. But really good to see the backsplash in and the countertops in. So our over-the-range microwave will be here, and they'll set up the exhaust so that it basically takes the smoke from cooking outside of the house and vents it outside. So that was good to see as well. So we have our double sink installed. So that was good to see come in. One other thing in the kitchen that we noticed is we noticed this outlet here. So Lori and I had this design so that our cabinets were even with our island, and it's very clear that they are not even. So we're about a foot short. So the reason you see the plans out here is we wanted to verify for ourselves before we went back to the builder that we're missing some cabinets here, particularly on the wall. And one of the dead giveaways would be this outlet. So one of the Maricopa County code requirements is outlets set in a specific spacing and also a specific height when you're in the kitchen. Well, this is definitely not code for a living room. You don't have them chest height in a living room. This is for a kitchen. So obviously their electrical was designed here. The cabinet should have been here. So we need to go back to the builder and say, missing some cabinets that we paid for. Here we are in our master bathroom. So kind of neat to see. We have the backsplash basically that's set up here with our bathtub. So that's really cool to see. So tumble travertine down in through here. We had them come out and measure for our window coverings. They actually had to come back because we didn't realize that our backsplash here was actually going to go up into the window slightly. So they did come back out, measured for a little notch in the window coverings. So we got that in. And then our vanity. So you can see we have the countertops that came in here. So we got these, I don't know, I thought they were cool, rectangular sinks. We've always had oval sinks, but we have these rectangular sinks in here. So that's finished. Last thing here in the master bathroom would be our shower. So we did have this put in. This is actually tile. It looks like wood, that's on purpose, but it's actually tile. So we have a completely tile-in shower. We learned the hard way that we wanted tile in the area that we were going to be standing in and showering because our very first shower cracked the bottom. We cracked it pretty quickly, and neither Lori and I are very big, so that happened after about 7 or 8 years, and we plan on being here hopefully the rest of our lives, so we want to make sure this would last. But we decided to do it in a wood color. Our flooring also is very similar, so we thought this turned out really good. We don't know yet what the flooring is going to look like next to it, but our hope is that it'll go from wood flooring into a wood shower. We thought that would be kind of cool. Had several things go on here in the last couple weeks. You know, the biggest thing right now I think for us is the flooring. Obviously we got some cabinets that they're going to need to figure out to finish up. But one last thing I wanted you guys to look at again is I'm still trying to figure out the color on these walls. It looks gray behind me now, but then as I look that way, it kind of looks blue. So it definitely is like some type of blue gray kind of color. So just want to thank you for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Instagram and Facebook, we post content there you won't see here on the YouTube channel. Questions or comments, leave those in the comment section down below. And our Amazon shop, I'll leave a link in the description. A free, painless way to help support the work we're doing here is to use that link the next time you shop on Amazon. It doesn't matter what you buy. If you start with that link, you help to support the channel. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you. Why don't you come in from that side?